Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Between the explosions, the bat attacks, and the utterly perplexing quantum mechanic riddles that Days of Our Lives presented to us this week, it's become evident that some truly pleasant and delightfully unexpected super couples may be on the horizon. Now let's get started and finally put an end to Connie. A serious error. The Xander Brady-Fiona drama was something we only saw briefly at the start of the week, but it was unquestionably a highlight. Especially after Xander learned that Fiona and Brady had shared a bed. "You shagged my mom, I shot yours?" As if that wouldn't have merely increased his likelihood of using the bat to smack Brady. However, even though Brady may have covered for Fiona's drinking and is adamant about letting his life fall apart, I already have a feeling that this relationship will be the last of her. It will be just what John needs to start piecing together the events of the night Sarah was struck. To find out that they left together and Brady was hardly able to stand, all he has to do is speak with a few individuals at the pub and figure Fiona had to have driven his car home. Fiona ultimately got herself into trouble with this admission, proving that it will be a different story altogether. However, it does demonstrate that she genuinely cares about Brady. Sort of. Not enough, though, to be honest. Schrodinger's mother. Therefore, Clyde is behind everything because he is holding the mother of the Greens captive and wants the DiMera inheritance. It's very normal stuff, but I don't understand. Since their parents were not involved, I assumed Mark was the oldest sibling and took care of Aaron and Felicity. Then, Aaron spent the summer attending his mother's 4th of July cookout. After that, they were talking as though Mark had to raise them since their parents had passed away. Currently, Clyde is holding their mother alive in order to force Mark and the fictitious Abigail to follow his orders. Is Aaron unaware of this? Given that his mother hasn't been seen since the 4th, is he not worried? Days of catching up, Aaron and Mark. This is starting to sound like Schrodinger's cat. Until we open the box and examine their mother, we won't be able to determine if she is still alive. Instead of attempting to explain the quantum thought experiment, I'm merely providing a link to a straightforward description of it. Who is their mother, by the way? I sincerely hope that this story's hook, or perhaps I should say, someone who knew, is someone we know. I'm still concerned because I have a suspicion about who she might be, which would place the Greens much closer to Salem than we realize. The marriage comes next. If Abigail had lived, she and Chad would still be married. It is not necessary for them to remarry for whatever reason Clyde has in mind to embezzle the DiMera funds. Furthermore, if he wants it as a safety net in case she's found out, it won't work because a phony identity would render the marriage void. Deep inhalation. I was where? I don't feel very secure in this story because it seems like it's simply being made up as it goes. However, they're also going to great lengths to demonstrate that Mark and Abigail are good people, which implies that they're trying to hang on to them. I do enjoy the chemistry between Chad and his fictitious wife, though. Once this is all resolved, I'm fine for seeing if they're a fiery match. Daybook of Chad and Abigail's wedding. I have some reservations about Chad's relationship with a single character who might not come back, but overall, I think Annalyn McCord did a fantastic job. Her response to Chad's vows was really endearing. I will be shocked if Abigail and Chad do not wind up together. The plot just vanishes. Now that Connie has been apprehended, the only question left is whether she will be executed by shooting or imprisoned indefinitely. Or until Days requires a serial murderer once more. However, Friday's episode flow felt a little strange. After waiting weeks for this to end, viewers seemed to rush the conclusion, as if they were being televised during an Emmy-winning speech. EJ kneels over Gabby, who is unconscious and lying in the debris from the DiMera wine cellar explosion. See Jenna Ortega's Salem appearance for more. The entire episode could have been devoted to ticking down to the bomb, creating tension, and teasing us with the possibility that EJ or Jada would locate Gabby and Melinda in time for it to go off. Intercut that with Connie's confrontation with Ava and Stefan, during which the two bound ladies fought and eventually succeeded in freeing themselves, arrive at the door just as EJ does, and cliffhanger for Friday. Rather, the bomb went off, no one was hurt, and everything was finished in a few minutes. It also little hurt the women, even though it destroyed the room. It was time for them to blow up the whole house. It would have been a really interesting tale. Rather, the exact locations of each character are visible. And all of this is extremely well-known ground. Except from the upcoming union of Gabby and EJ. Similar to Chad and Abigail, this might actually be fire. Random thoughts. The killer Connie phenomenon may have lasted too long, but she managed to make me laugh at unexpected moments. She responded to Melinda's attempt to avoid death by claiming that she didn't get to eat the breakfast Connie had prepared, moving from her statement that it's everyone's fault but mine. Well, perhaps it's best that way. You've definitely been putting on weight, Lee says. Melinda, chained to a headboard, looks nervously at Connie as she places a breakfast tray on the bed. I realize that one of the hallmarks of Days of Our Lives is people talking out loud and chatting with strangers over the phone as their secrets are being revealed, but for the love of God, folks, at least start doing it while keeping an eye on the door. The ideal Demera reaction was Stefan's kind of shocked, sort of course this is happening, exclaiming, "Oh, God," upon seeing Connie holding a knife to Ava's throat. Instead of calling her sis, might we please have a name for Abigail already? In Between Wednesday on Netflix, which is a take on the Addams Family, and Beetlejuice 2, the sequel, it's difficult to overlook celebrity Jenna Ortega these days thanks to the smash blockbuster Beetlejuice. Oh my, we just used his name 3 times. Naturally, her amazing performances are no surprise, especially to Days of Our Lives viewers who have been seeing the Peacock Sudser for years, because the actress gave a great performance on Days of Our Lives before to Ortega's screen franchise Days, Wednesday Addams, and even before her Jane the Virgin debut. Although Ortega's Days of Our Lives stint occurred around a year before her Jane the Virgin part, she did not have a contract or recurring role. Even though she was only on for 1 episode, it was one to remember. And when the actress's appearance was brought to people's attention via the show's official Instagram account, the fans of both the actress and the program could not stop talking about it. For those who weren't watching, this was Eric's first stint as a priest, and he was employed at St. Luke's Academy. One of the young students, Haley, was raised by her second cousin after losing both of her parents and was struggling academically. Therefore, Kristen, then portrayed by Eileen Davidson of The Young and the Restless, revealed her gentler side by speaking with the distraught young child and discussing her own experiences of being an orphan and feeling alone. The poignant moment was somewhat tainted by the knowledge that Kristen would later do really horrifying things to Eric that would cause him to lose his cool. However, nobody is flawless. Immediately apparent from her moving performance was Ortega's star quality. Although it can be difficult to get classic Days episodes, Ortega herself preserved the video on her Facebook page when it first aired 11 years ago. Check it out in the section below.